So I thought I'd do another mother and baby vlog. This is to recommend some products that we still use for our son today and we have used in the past. There are so many products out there that it can become so overwhelming with what to buy. So speaking to other mums is a great way of knowing and getting recommendations on certain products. That's how a lot of the time when we had issues with our son, if he had a blocked nose, if he had problems with eczema, of what to do. So, and what products to use. So, I thought that this is why I would do this vlog, so I could recommend products to other mums or wondering what to use for certain things which, as your son develops, will go through, such as teething, if I get eczema, like my son did, then it's good to get recommendations on products and know what to buy. So, to start off, the one thing I would always recommend is obviously baby wipes. You can never have enough of these, but just be aware that some of these will be perfumed or will be scented, and some can irritate baby skin. So I would say if you see any blotchiness, redness around, their bottom area, when using the baby wipe, stop using them, because it obviously means that they could be having a reaction to the wipe. And I would always seek medical advice if you are a bit weary about certain products to use. But these are obviously Huggies. I may have to stop using these. I noticed that my son's bottom was red, but then it has gone down, so I'm not sure if it is that or not. But I would definitely recommend stocking up on baby wipes once you find a brand that you're happy with and your baby has no problems with. So and then the next thing obviously is nappy bags. You can never not have enough of these. These are scented, so they help stop the bad odour, because your baby's poo will smell, as does everybody's. These are always good to have on you when you're going out, because if you go to the health clinics that we did, they didn't have baby nappy bags available, and you had to then take the dirty nappy that you've changed them out of home with you. So I'd always say to have plenty of these in your baby changing bag, definitely. And these were from Wilkinson's, and they were about 65p. The other product that I would recommend, speaking about nappies, is Sudocrem. My son used this from when he was in hospital, when he was first born, when we first changed his nappy, and it was recommended by the hospital. That's what they used. And you should also get this, a little tub, if they're still doing it. Don't quote me on it, because they may have changed. But they gave me like a bounty pack when Henry was born, and inside was a small little carton of this cream, Sudocrem. And it's also good for eczema. We had a nightmare trying to find creams to get rid of our son's eczema in his first summer. And when we got rid of it, it came back even more angrily. So we went to the GP, spoke to the health visitor. They kept saying use E45. Doctor kept recommending creams, but they weren't working. And then I thought, you know what? Because since we've used this product, Henry has not once had nappy rash. Like I say, he did have a bit of redness the other day. I thought it might be the white, but then I put this on, and it completely cleared it. And that's the thing about this cream. Any redness, this cream does wonders, and it did brilliantly when my son had eczema, and completely cleared that as well. So definitely would recommend that product. And I also use it on my hands, because I get really chapped hands there, knuckles in the summer, in the winter. They just dry up, so my skin gets so dry in the winter, so that's why I have to moisturise all the time, and this is a brilliant cream to use. So you don't waste any money on that. You can also use it on yourself if you also get eczema in your hands or dry skin. So definitely worth money spent on that. And the other thing is, so I'm going to talk about the temperature of your baby's room. So, bought this in Boots. We've had it since he was born. So, since we brought him home, which was a month after he was born, and a month, he was in hospital for a month, and then we took him home. When he was about 35 weeks, we brought him home. When I would have been 35 weeks pregnant, but he was born at 31 weeks. So he was sort of technically a month old, even though he was a premature baby when we brought him home. And we used this, and now it's changed the temperature. It's now gone up to 22 degrees now. And the ideal temperature is 18, they say. But anything between thermometer downstairs as well, which is linked to a combi heater, which again is great because then I can see if that drops. Obviously, you need to put the heating on. If it gets below 8 windows and it's emittering, so it's good to have this thermometer. This is from I will put if it's still available and link it below where you can find it. So it's definitely would recommend having a thermometer in your baby's room so you can then monitor the room to make sure they don't get too hot and they don't get too cold. And the other thing I recommend, now teething. Now, you'll know when your child will start teething because they'll start biting at things. Their sleep will be disrupted. They sometimes can get quite reddish cheeks. Henry got quite a swollen cheek on this side, on his right side of his face, and it swelled up and red. And we thought, because he just, when he started getting that, on his cheek, he not long had his immunisations that he has to have throughout his first year of his life. And then you think he has another set when he's about 2 or 3. And let me check that actually. And to help keep their gums clean, because obviously, especially when they start weaning and our son was on formula, because their gums can, can become sore because they're, their teeth need to be cleaned, and so it keeps their gums healthy. We got these. These are the Brush Baby dental wipes, and basically they come in a little package up there. I can take one out and show you, and then you peel it off. Make sure you wash your hands beforehand, and then you get this little bit. I can't wait for it to come off. Then we get like a little plastic bit. There you go. You just get that little plastic bit on one side, but they don't. They have that now, do they? And then you put your finger in there, and then you do that and wipe around their gums and their mouth. So, definitely would recommend them products. Then until obviously you can then start brushing your children. I keep saying son, sorry. When you start brushing your child's teeth, which will be from 1 year old, that's when you can start brushing their teeth. And then we also used a teething gel, which for some it doesn't work. I remember speaking to my sister and she said, "Oh, I never worked on Ava and Ruby, my 2 nieces, but they did work on Henry. It's kind of like soothed his gums because they will. I mean, everyone's gone through it, but obviously you don't remember it when you're younger. But the pain is excruciating to some babies, and because its teeth are growing, and they don't understand why they're getting this pain. They just know they're in pain, and they just irritable, and you might find that they may not be able to settle. And on what we did, we got the gel. We played some music. We sometimes gave him some extra milk if we knew it was going to help soothe him. And I know they say you shouldn't do that, but when your child's screaming and it won't settle, no matter, you lay there thinking, oh, I'll give it 5 minutes, I'll give it 10 minutes, and then it's still screaming. You just, it gets to the point where you just need to want to do something to stop your child from crying. So we gave him a bit of milk, we used a teething gel, and then also played some music to help, try and settle him. But we also use these are the teething granules, and they come in the Nelson teething granules, but there are other brands, and they come in like these little sachets like that, and you empty the sachet, the contents in the sachet, in your child's mouth, and you can do that every 2 hours for up to 6 doses. And I only used about, I think, like 2 packets on my son, so. Because he wasn't always in pain, you could tell, because his cheek was swell and he just would not settle. And obviously they can't really communicate, but sometimes you do have to be persistent and just trust your instincts. The thing is, so my son got really bad, what I would call milk snots, where the milk. So it's reflux, basically. He did get quite bad reflux, and we were recommended for him to have infant Gaviscon in his milk by the hospital, because they gave that to him while he was in hospital too, when they started to give him formula. When he was first born, he was given water, and I can't remember what the other thing was. When he was first born, but some sort of fluid, because he was born premature. And then they started doing formula milk, and they used to feed it through the tube. And it was only 6 months, but when he started the bottle feed whilst in hospital, he then refluxed quite a bit. So they got a bit concerned. I mean, he was perfect weight, didn't go underweight or anything like that, but they just wanted to make sure, take precautions, so they started putting infant Gaviscon in his milk. And which we witnessed him with my breast milk as well, and then we gave that to him till he came off that just after he was a year, and then we were told to gradually take him off it. So we did that, but also when he used to have milk snots, like he would get a blocked nose, and you could tell it was really bothering because he would fidget and he would be rubbing his nose. So we got this. This was recommended by another mum who works with my husband. And that's again, this is why it's so good to speak to other mums to get recommendation products, because you'll find that other mums have gone through the same thing, and they've also gone through the trying to find out what will sort it out. And this product is brilliant for clearing their nose. Is Thermometer, and basically what you do is that you lay them down, you lay them on the one side and spread up one nostril, and then you turn them over on the other side and do the same in the other nostril. They can fidget and they can be a bit wiggling, and that Henry wasn't too bad as at first with using this. I don't like using it because I hated the way he used the screen, but I would say use the product, but if you're uncomfortable using that, I would say to get somebody else to use it, because it does help clear their nose, and the worst thing is for them to have blocked nose. But that's it. That's the products that I recommend for now. I will do some other mother and baby vlogs as well, and I'll do my baby exercise vlog, and I'm also going to talk about more about routine, having a routine with your baby, because that can be a struggle at first, depending on your baby, and every baby's different, and you can have the ones that fit through routine perfectly and others that don't. But I want to talk about in another vlog very soon. And what I do is I do a group of vlogs and then I upload them. It just helps me to keep it going, but not overwhelm myself, so I have too much, because it does take a while for me to get it on the computer, upload it on my movie software, and then get it uploaded on YouTube. So I do apologise for the time it takes for me to do my vlogs, but I will get them up, as quickly as I can for you. And thank you for those who have subscribed already. And if you like this vlog, please press the up hand below. And if you'd like to hear more of my vlogs, then please subscribe to the channel. So until then, take care, and I'll speak to you soon.